Respect your elders. It's a phrase we've heard since the beginning of our existence, from our parents, our teachers, and screamed by the old guy my friends and I used to terrorize after he chased us through the woods off of Becker Road because my friend Lorenzo threw an 8-minute abs workout tape he stole from Dollar General at this old man's house. However, respect is earned, and simply being a damn fogey doesn't earn you shit besides a discount at Burger King for Seattle's best, baby. I'm not going to turn down my Game Boy for you, Grandpa, because the Green Greens theme gets me hyped on Kirby. If it's too old, you're too dead, bro. Think my tattoos are too obscene, lady? Well, fuck you, because I don't have tattoos. Get your eyes checked. Stop telling me to call Nena. For real, you have a phone. Call me yourself. It's not hard to get me on the ringer because I'll answer even unknown callers. And if you think for a damn second I'm going to respect some old creepy friend of Kaku just because he makes gnarly weapons, you thought wrong, but hey, I will give him daps for nabbing such a cutie. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And we are Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Given the power to morph,
They use it to morph.
This is Morph
Bots. Go
Hey.
transform, they only morph.
Nicole's
they morph.
singing
Bots,
this theme song.
morph,
It's got a
bots.
crunchy bass line. That's a recurring
Oh my
theme
God.
on this. My name's James. This is my co-host, Nicole.
Hi.
And normally we do some type of intro. Oh,
Ah!
no. Oh.
One more
No
time.
one's hearing that. I forgot to turn off repeat. We'll edit that out, or we'll leave this
In post.
You won't hear it. My name's James. That's Nicole. Normally we
Hi.
do some back and forth banter, but we got an exciting show today. We have with us today, you should know them if you don't. They have an amazing show called Morph Bots. Today on the show, we have the Morph Bots. Say hello and give us your name.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Renee.
Yeah. They're
Tell the listeners your role on the Morph Bots show.
Mr. Melzer.
Sure. Yeah. So, well, we all kind of created it together, and we all wrote it together. And then me and Pete did the editing for it.
Mm-hmm. I was the voice of the green bot as well as the villain Ceviche.
Yes.
And I was the red bot, a.k.a. Bianca Buttkick, and Crim Sinister.
yeah.
And a small child.
And a small child.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that it for both of you?
There might be more. I don't know.
I feel like there's maybe one or two
Who
sprinkles.
is the voice of the sun robot?
That
that
our
is
friend Michael.
yeah, Mike Gospel.
Yeah.
He's also one of the boys in the toy commercial.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So Nicole, we also should have said, explain the show to people who haven't seen it.
Sure. So we've made a few sketches together in the past. Brian Duff is the final member of our Morph crew, but I think he initially had the idea, but we essentially took a tokusatsu show. What's it actually called?
Juukou B-Fighter.
Juukou B-Fighter, which is the same show that they used to make Big Bad Beetleborgs. But so we obtained 52 episodes of
completely legally?
Juukou B-Fighter. And we recut it. We redid all the dialogue. We redid all the music, all the sound effects, and the storyline sort of to create our own show. And so we added... we bought the toys from the real show and made our own toy commercials. We have PSAs, so we just... Everything about the show is our own except for the main thing, which is the visual.
Yeah, the footage. And I would say that the show is a lot more adult.
Yeah.
It's certainly, kind of going for that like Adult Swim thing. So kids, don't watch Morph Bots.
And never give up your gun.
Never give up your gun.
Yeah.
If we learned anything.
So how did you guys meet initially?
Well, Pete and I met at I.O.
Yeah.
doing improv. And then our relationship turned romantic.
Yes.
We are now engaged.
We are currently
Saucy.
engaged.
Yeah. But we met Brian through improv. We met him at the Playground Theater where we both performed.
Yeah, I think we initially probably both met him doing the new show at the Playground Theater. He and Kevin Reeder were the guys in charge. We got to know him that way, and then a group formed called Wendigo.
Yeah.
Which initially the intention was to create fake but real events. We were going to be a fake events company and like con people into coming to events and make them not realize that they were part of just a large farce.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the first event we were going to do that didn't really
The first
together.
one that actually happened was a Christmas one, right? It was the Stone Boned one.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right,
the
yeah.
Stone
Yeah.
Bone.
So Pete and I did that. We weren't part of Wendigo at that point. We were
Yeah.
just asked to help out. And we liked it so much that
right.
we just said, like, can we be a part of this? And Brian said, sure.
Yeah, we were
And then
like,
that's how we met Melzer, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were doing the videos for Wendigo. Like, so to explain, Stone Bone was a fake charity fundraising event for a child that had stone bone, which all of his bones were slowly fusing to become one large bone.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that it wasn't a real disease, but it was like a holiday sketch show to raise money for his treatment.
Yeah.
And you made the commercial for that.
Yeah, I
right?
made the commercial for that, and then I made the. We didn't make that much, but it was the commercial explaining what Wendigo Events does in a very corporate way. But yeah, I got wrapped up with Wendigo Events through this guy Kevin Reeder. He's a friend of ours. He's actually a voice in the show. Who is the character he plays?
Miles.
Again?
He's
Miles.
Miles,
the
the-
face.
The male,
chest.
the male
I-
feminist.
I have questions about that.
Oh,
Okay,
good. But I had finished a web series called The Street Wizard's Apprentice, and we did like a screening of that. And at that, Kevin was putting together what would become Wendigo Events. So that's how I met Brian. Was through doing that,
okay.
just at those meetings, and then me and Brian's relationship turned romantic.
Saucy.
Yeah. Oh God, I wish he was here. That would just made him so
We'll have
uncomfortable.
to show you guys some more of the stuff we made.
Hell yeah, we would love to.
We did a Halloween special where we made like 5 different Halloween sketches. Like one is a spoof of Are You Afraid of the Dark? One is a spoof of like Ghost Hunters. One
One's a
is
Stephen King story.
a direct spoof of whatever that
I can't even
Stephen
remember
King story
what it was
is.
called.
It's like
whatever.
the devil shows up to this town and demands like the life of a child to spare everybody else's life.
Yeah, he'll either take everyone in the town with him to hell, or they could give him one child. So our version of it was the devil will give everyone in town a hand job, or they can pick one person who's going to get a hand job. It's
Just
real cool stuff.
typical Stephen King material.
Folly.
Yeah.
One event that I wanted to bring up because I just recently checked its thing. So we did like a lot of live streaming,
God.
and we had this one that was a like a secret sex party that was happening in town that only cool people would get invited to. Which when we started making all the social media stuff, we got a lot of creeps being like, "How am I going to get to this party?" But all it was
because we said it was at Rahm Emanuel's house.
and there was supposed to be like multiple cameras that like showed everything that was going on through the live stream of it, but all the cameras turn off except for the one that is just pointed at the food tray,
The snack table.
so
yep.
it is like 2 hours of just hearing things off to the side,
Just
of
seeing
it.
people's hands at the snack tray.
And no one watched it when we put it on streaming, but I checked it the other day and it's like at like 5,000 or 6,000 views.
Oh, that's
It is,
dope.
because it's called like the best sex party ever. So I guess people like find that online. And I'm like, well, hell yeah.
And are quickly disappointed
Yeah.
when there's no sex happening.
Right. Except for that one thing at the beginning where I think I'm bent over a table and you're humping me
Yeah.
right at the beginning. And then we move away because they're like, hey, get out of here. We have to put the food here.
Yeah. Yep. That's how I met you, I think.
That's probably one of
Yep.
the first times we ever
Skin
talked
to
was
skin.
that. Yeah.
Saucy.
That's so dope. So we'll be getting into the 2 episodes that we watched today, which are Kabuki Kid and Let's Get Married.
Kabuki Boy.
Kabuki Boy.
Kabuki
So
Boy.
in my notes, I call him Kabuki Kid. It just sounds cooler.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you a couple questions about the show. Why B-Fighter?
I think we didn't know what to use.
Okay.
And we just kind of sat together and looked through YouTube to try and find something. You're the one that watched Big Bad Beetleborgs. It's like we saw that there were a lot of clips available on YouTube of B-Fighter, and we're like, this is pretty good. And I think you're the one that's like, I've seen this. I'm pretty sure I've seen this show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have these toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, we did watch a couple of different shows.
Yeah.
And I think the reason we landed on B-Fighter is because there were 3 characters.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we were watching some that had 5, but we were a group of like 4, and really we had kind of made up our minds that we wanted it to be probably like Brian and Pete and I doing the voices of it, and we hadn't asked any other friends to do it at that point. So we're like, oh, this will be easy because this is just 3 instead of 5.
I think also it was pretty easy to find like a torrent
Okay.
of all. There were 52 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now
For
we
sure.
can have enough footage to make something.
Just no need to go in depth with this.
Yeah.
Was it hard finding to piece together things, or were you guys mainly going from just one episode and piecing together for one episode?
Some of
man.
them are like that. Like one of the episodes was just so fascinating, we just had to just use just the footage from it as the excessive force episode.
Yeah.
Because it was just what is
we
actually
love
happening
that
there?
episode.
Good. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I think our initial intent was like, oh, we're just gonna really chop this stuff up and mix it up and make our wild own storylines. And throughout the course of the process, we were like, that's really not feasible. We
Yeah.
can take the first act from one episode and the second act from another, and then like sprinkle in things for jokes, but trying to just like have 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and actually have anything that's even barely cohesive is a big challenge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
The
it
only
was
one that it kind of worked out for in that way was the addiction one, because we have like multiple huge set piece montages where we could just be like, oh, we like the footage from that episode, or what the hell is that? Because he's tripping out, so we could just stick things in. But yeah, a lot of them were just kind of structured around one with sprinkles from others.
Okay, awesome. Let me check my notes of this. Why just Charles?
I think we were just thinking of what would be the least badass name
Yeah.
for like the
Okay.
supervillain in the show, and it's like Charles.
Yeah.
Charles.
I think it was just like a debate of what's the like worst white guy name
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
like Keith and Charles.
Right.
Which
And it couldn't be something like Trent, because that's too out there, even though it's a horrible white guy name.
Yeah, which that goes nicely into my next question. I'm guessing it was not in the original, but the perfect white couple, was that something you guys edited in there, or?
So
That was from an episode.
Yeah,
but
it
I
was
can't remember
definitely
the
that-
context.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what that episode was about. That was like, I don't know.
Were
It
they
held
turned
somebody's
into it?
spirit
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
Like
that.
trap somebody in that.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it was spinning like that. It's not like
Like it was like on an auction show.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
an
pretty
antique.
sure it's like there's a girl who's actually a space princess who's in a hospital. Something about those
Yeah.
figurines need to be
That's sounding right.
recaptured to send her home. I don't know.
This
but
show needs to get subtitled.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know what's going on.
Oh my god, it's so
All
bad.
visuals except for, obviously what we shot, and that one clip from that sitcom where the guy
That was my next question.
is from the
The
show.
Cookie Boy and
Just a little cookie maker.
Yeah.
Just a little cookie maker.
Just a little.
That
What-
was from Melrose Place?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think. Yeah. Yeah. We knew we wanted to put something of the Red Beetle watching something random. And at first we said maybe like RuPaul's Drag Race, but then we realized that wouldn't be good for the time. Like we're trying to emulate like a 90s or 80s show.
Yeah.
So then we're like, what would be a dramatic show that she could plausibly watch? And it was Melrose Place, and we just found that clip where the guy
It was
says,
the
I'm just a cookie maker.
First clip we
Yeah.
found.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like so much of this process was so magical because
Yeah.
we would seek out something ridiculous, and the first thing we watched would just make us all burst out in laughter.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, well, many times throughout the process, the first thing we watched, we're like, I mean, why even keep looking? This is so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
A clip of some guy going, I'm just a little cookie maker. Like, it's not going to get funnier than that.
Anything that makes us laugh gets in the show, really. If we all laugh at it, we're putting it in. We'll figure it
Totally.
out.
If there's something that makes us laugh more than once, too, it's like when we go back and watch the episodes and we're still laughing, like, this probably works
Yeah.
then.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we fell in love with just like the structure of the idea, like that American shows were like recreating these Japanese shows because it was cheaper, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, there's probably no way to really do it, but now we feel like we could do it endlessly.
Yeah.
Like season 1 was hard, but now that we know how to do it, like we feel like we could turn out a whole decade's worth of Morph Bots content if we
Hell
needed
yeah.
to. Yeah,
For sure.
I'm excited. We really are excited. That teaser at the end of the finale. If that is what you guys are doing for a second season, we are amped for it.
Yay.
Before we get, I just want to go back to the porcelain perfect white couple. Just
To have it to
actually have those.
What?
Really?
No way.
You do
Stop.
not. Why didn't you
Not-
tell me this?
I thought you knew.
Oh my goodness.
awesome.
This is incredible.
those exact ones, but it's pretty fucking close.
Wow. Look at those.
Oh, nice.
What a beautiful porcelain white couple.
Think of the space princess souls in those.
Absolutely. That's the same. It's got to be the same brand.
That's insane. We'll take a picture and release that on Twitter
yeah.
when this
Please
comes
do.
out.
Wow.
I just got those. One of them I got from a thrift store. The other one I got from a yard sale.
Nice.
We need them.
Those might have
Movies.
spirits in them for
Yeah.
real.
Oh, they definitely do.
Oh, then get them out of the house. All right, so you guys ready to start talking about Super Sentai?
Please.
Let's
Yeah,
do
dude.
it.
All right, during the episode summary, interject with whatever you want.
Okay.
It's all supposed to be comedic, so let's get into it. In today's episodes, Kabuki Boy and, well, time to get married, we meet Rin's older relative, Grandmaster Grandmaster Creaky Neck. Dude needs to get that checked, not keep messing with it. Even as a child, I knew not to agitate an injury more because it'll never heal up that way. Learned that after my belly button became one big scab from digging in there with long nails because I was too afraid of nail clippers cutting me real deep. Creaky Neck gives the Dairanger some flying discs. Damn, would my boy Craze DK love to have some of those to sling at the Frisbee golf range. Birdie after birdie, am I right? Morph Bots?
You're right.
Yeah, Daddy.
And that's
Yes.
all that is written on the page.
That they say yes.
Oh no, not that, me saying am I
Yeah,
right?
he
Morph
passed
Bots.
us the script. It was like, this is your line. Yes.
But damn, is this episode dark and very much like a G-Unit song. Bullets flying and dodging the cops, free yayo. The gang is trying to find bank robbers who is actually being possessed by a master of screen and stage, much like the Morph Bots. Am I right, Morph Bots?
Yeah, Daddy.
Yes.
Much like Bishop and Juice, the robber Kabuki Kid falls off a huge building. Unlike Bishop and Juice, Kabuki Kid lives. That movie would have ended much differently if it had a Halloween-esque ending. Just Tupac getting up and disappearing. Kind of like his real
What are you
death.
referencing?
The movie Juice.
Halloween.
Okay.
And
Incorrect, Pete.
Buckaroo Banzai.
but who cares? Creaky Neck has the juice now. That's also a line from the movie Juice. It was a movie with Tupac in it, Nicole.
Sure.
From the 90s.
Oh.
The Dairanger are then scared of the law catching up to them because they're being framed like George Bush for 9/11. George Bush didn't do it. Gorma did it, you stupid sheeple. But shit.
Wake up, cucks.
But shit. The cops know this robber died from a gunshot wound, unlike 50 Cent, because dude is too ripped for bullets to kill him. Am I right, Morph Bots?
Yes,
Hell
Daddy.
Yes, sir.
We find out Creaky Neck has a cutie who was kidnapped by Kabuki Kid and straight up swallowed. Crazy. The kid is taking in fighters much like King Piccolo, but not murdering children like KP was doing. That's the sitch, Wade. That's a Kim Possible reference. Also a Dragon Ball reference. But god damn it, these fighters are no match for Son Goku, I mean Creaky Neck, because they get mowed down with fists. However, sadly, we get a, dare I say, metal villain. I'm so sorry, Morph Bots, but even the greatest heroes can turn to the dark side. However, the Dairanger, along with Key Power, can take down even the most jacked robo-daddies, and Kabuki Kid is finished. Before we leave, we see Creaky Neck mash a sword into a big rock, showing us a new ranger is upon us.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Or maybe that's good.
It's gotta
good,
be
right?
good.
It's a
Don't
good
think
thing.
so.
I don't know. Is that better?
No, it's a good, I mean, it's a good and also a bad thing. When you meet the White Ranger, it's a child and he's a shit dick.
Oh boy. Bad
Sounds
news.
like Junior Bot.
Yeah.
Even worse. Even worse. Junior Bot actually, he knows the deal on how to be a man.
Right. Keep guns around.
Yeah. White
Junior
Ranger
Bot's
doesn't.
not just running around grabbing people's boobs.
Yeah, you will hear.
He does toss dildos at people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does do that. Straight in the mouths of tiger men.
Shrimp monster.
Right off the bat, I like to ask people, you guys have never seen Super Sentai. What did you think?
I thought it was great.
Yes.
I really
Yeah.
did. I was saying while we were watching that I thought the fight scenes were great. And I think we're starting to realize, like, the more limitations you have, sometimes the better, because
Yeah.
it forces you to be creative. And I don't know, just some of the action, like, I'm so tired of seeing movies like Transformers or whatever else where there's an action sequence and I don't know what the fuck is happening because we spent millions of dollars on this action sequence and we're zoomed in on like the nipple of a robot. In this show, I can actually see what's going on. There's a man levitating, shooting lightning. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like that
It was
there was
so
like,
dope.
yeah, it was great. And there was like a nice continuation. I mean, the 2 episodes we watched tied in with each other. And then I know that the next one will probably tie in with the last one that we watched. So it's cool to see that.
The next ones will be with the Gorma Stooges. That they really don't tie in. They're kind of standalone. It is a 3-part
They
saga.
come back later.
It's a 3-part saga, but
They're also the best.
they
They're
are
my favorite.
Yeah, they're the
Oh,
best
man.
Gorma that we meet. What'd you think?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I loved it. There
Hell
were so
yeah.
many things that I didn't expect to get hooked on because, like, we were watching our own metal hero shows that went their own way. I love how the Sentai, when they're out of costume, are such a they move like they're part of a group, like they're in a play constantly. Like the way they like come together to huddle and everything is just really fun.
Oh no,
and
they
their hair is
definitely.
amazing.
In past
Yeah.
episodes, there will be like one person who has like a crush on someone, and they're all like peeking out from behind a tree, like in a line.
Right. I want a friendship like that.
Yeah.
I want to be connected to people so
Yes.
much that we all.
I'll peek out
pantomime
from behind
everything.
a tree with you.
Cool. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do it sometime.
Yeah, I think for me, I was watching it with the eye of how to imitate this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
trying to pay attention to the stylistic things they do. And I noticed that they do this a lot, and we do it in our show too. It seems like it's often when a weapon is being used, they'll just show the same very, very short clip of action and play it like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's like when they're throwing one of the circular blades, it'll just be like choo, 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 3 times in a row
Right.
because they I don't even know if it's moving, and they just zoom in on a still image 3 times in a row. And then it happens in Morph Bots where Brian is just like, let's finish him off. Slice, slice!
Right.
And it's such a peculiar editing tactic, but I guess it's to like fake stakes in motion.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. It's really
supposed to
interesting.
get momentum going, and I think in a little bit is because some of the cooler things they have action-wise don't cut from a continuity standpoint. So they'll like maybe show that thing a couple of times and flip the image or move it
Yep.
around, just so when they come out of it, like you're already disoriented, you don't remember that. That's not going to be like the trajectory, or whatever. Especially like with the flipping, they do that a lot on. Like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
will flip 3 times because if they flipped the first time and then ended up where they are at the end of the shot, like it would make no sense. So they just flip until you're dizzy and then let them kick somebody in the face.
Hell yeah. I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball, but I'll always comment, I'll say, oh, animators got lazy this episode, where they'll just use this same exact 3-second clip reused over and over again within a minute of the show.
Yeah.
Just, it's a hand-drawn show. Of course they're going to do it. If you're live action, just film some more stuff. Why not?
Well, there's a ton of that, especially going through Juukou B-Fighter, where it's like they would use a location that could become anything, like the fire void, like the black and white fire thing, and have them. They did one day where they did the whole season's amount of chopping and turning around, all cool. And then whenever they needed that in an episode, oops, I just threw something. They would just cut to it. Which, I mean, I guess it's cheap. It's like a way to get around having a limited budget.
Yeah. And, when you're pumping out 50 episodes a year of a series, you kind of have to.
It's like why they put helmets on them in the first place. It's like, great, this one clip, you're going to say 13 different things throughout the season of turning around, and it doesn't matter.
Also, I'm sure when they first set out, they were like, okay, so we need martial artists and actors. Let's just separate that. Just get people who can do flips and people who can say lines, and we'll just keep them separate. They'll never meet.
Yeah.
This show's so dope. I say it every episode of this podcast, but I love it. Let's start going to notes. I'm on the notes for the podcast we did yesterday. Right off the bat, why do Gorma need money? They're stealing money. I know they're like throwing it out, but they're still going back and constantly robbing people. In previous episodes, the Gorma Trivium did it as well. I don't know.
They're just shaking things up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're like the Joker.
Well, what's their end goal? Is their end goal to kill all the humans, or is it just to disturb the peace?
It was originally to take over the world, but then in a previous episode, Drunk on Tofu, they explain...
Keep going.
Yeah, they explain that humans get drunk, and because of that, we don't even want to enslave the human race because they're slow and docile from alcohol, that we're just going to murder the entire human race.
Yeah.
No, their whole plan was just to get everyone drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they said, you're right.
So that they would become docile, but it's like the plan is to get everyone drunk.
Man,
That's a good plan.
They should see Wrigleyville, because you get enough people drunk, they might not become docile. They might overthrow you.
You know what runs the world? Money.
Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Also girls.
also girls.
If you've got all the money and everybody you're leading is too drunk to care about what you're doing, then you're the king of the planet.
Nice. We figured it out.
So obviously there was some pretty hardcore capitalist pushing, because with the more, or I keep wanting to say the Morph Bots, when the Sentai see a guy distributing wealth, they immediately go after him.
Yeah.
That's all they saw, from when he was on the bridge, when he's just throwing money down. It was like, he's giving people money, get him.
No, I think
No, because the people were like, hey, that dude's a thief. And they're like, oh, we got to catch the thief.
Oh, there was some exposition.
Yeah. Originally, Shoji was shoving it into his overalls, the money.
And his mouth.
Yeah, eating it.
That's the best way to keep money. You got to keep it inside of you.
No, you're right, though. I think the heroes were more upset at the people taking the money. They're like, hey, no free handouts.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to work for your money.
Yeah, it's a very Ayn Rand kind of fountainheady show.
Yeah, you got to teach kids the right thing to do. If you see someone throwing money at people, it's bad.
Yeah, report that man to the authorities.
Yeah.
Robin Hood was a criminal, let's not forget.
I did want to say, if the Gorma's trying to get everyone drunk, hardcore punk rock music is their worst enemy, because that's straight edge as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why they go for a more funky soul style theme song. You can get wasted to that.
Yeah.
They're going to love Jock Jamz when it comes around.
Oh my God. I love Jock Jamz.
The fuck are Jock Jamz?
Oh
Man.
You need to get on YouTube today and just listen to all of Jock Jamz. It's like if you went to go see a local town's hockey team, all the music that's coming out is Jock Jamz.
It was Now That's What I Call Music, but for aimed towards jocks.
Well,
just because the last like 24 hours, you've referenced it multiple times.
In a bonus
usually-
episode, I referenced it.
Yeah, like usually when you reference something I don't understand, I just like brush it off because you do it all the time.
And
Like that's part of his humor is just like telling jokes that no one understands.
You know what's interesting about Jock Jamz though is like that's the nerdiest way of recognizing sports music. It's like people who go to games and enjoy the gameplay don't know that there's an album called Jock Jamz.
Yeah,
They're
right.
just
Yeah.
having a good time. We are like, how can we find all the music that they would typically play for sports fans? Jock Jamz.
What genre
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
Athletes
Jock
are
Jamz.
nerds because they have Jock Jamz.
Yeah, I definitely had 3 volumes of Jock Jamz on my what was before Spotify that we were all using?
Pandora.
Napster.
Kazam.
Kazam.
Oh, I said Napster.
Yeah.
Whoa, you really went back.
Yeah.
Lime
How old
wire.
are you?
LimeWire. What?
LimeWire, that's it. Kazam wasn't even right.
Yeah, it went Napster, Kazam, LimeWire. Is that the right?
Yeah, I
order?
think so.
We did it.
We did it, guys.
We figured it out.
Hell
done.
All right.
See, I only know sports because of things like NFL Blitz
yeah.
and NBA Street.
The only reason I ever listened to Franz Ferdinand is because it was the main menu music in like Madden 2002.
That's funny.
Oh, what is this music? It's real world music.
It's jammy.
I have EA Sports to thank for like understanding that music is a thing you can enjoy.
God.
Not kidding. It's like
That is funny
I
though.
remember playing Need for Speed Underground 2 and
Yeah.
Riders on the Storm and a Snoop Dogg mashup was like the main menu music, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
That is the coolest thing
I
in the
love
world.
those games when you could choose which songs to play.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could be like, oh, all rap music, but then some of the rap music wasn't good. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
I knew you were going to say that.
It was
game.
just one Del the Funky Homo Sapien over and over
Yep.
again. I did not care about any of the other
I
songs.
think we had the same childhood.
The first one really introduced me to a lot of the like skater punk I ended up listening to in
Yeah.
my life. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the
Goldfinger
only
and-
one I know.
Yeah.
It's the only punk music I know is from Tony Hawk.
Yeah. That Del the Funky Homo Sapien song is the greatest song in the world. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but one of the lines is, you better wash your ass if you want
Yeah.
to run with my team. Or you got to practice good hygiene if you want to run with my
Yeah.
team.
Nicole is
great.
so lost right now.
No, you guys were all playing these games. I was out farming and Harvest Moon trying to
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
trying to get married.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. Yep.
Trying to marry the girl that is on the chicken farm. Mm-hmm. Just giving her flowers every day, getting those hearts up.
I was playing that once, and I never knew you could marry people in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I would play it on an emulator, and then Nicole said, no, you can marry people in this. You read their diaries and do all this. And I was like, okay. Then I like see a cow, and I was like, where's its diary? I want to wife this cow.
Yeah. That's kind of creepy. You like read their personal diaries.
I think
Find their secrets.
I mean, that's how I got my
with you.
fiance. I mean, I just stole all of her diaries and read them, and then changed everything about me to match it.
No, like me and my cousin, like that's all we did was play Harvest Moon. I think I still have like the binder of everyone's birthdays, their favorite foods, like
Yep.
when the special events happen, like just like a fucking binder.
I saw
sure.
that binder, and it has planting patterns in it of like, this is the best kind of planting pattern.
Oh, that's smart.
Which I think those might have not been handwritten. I think you printed those out.
Oh, it
maybe.
was definitely game facts.
Yes.
Renee has papers for
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, which I haven't
Yeah,
played
like a
in a
whole
while,
binder
but yeah.
full of when certain things are happening and
For sure.
who needs what tonics and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I wouldn't be able to play the game if somebody hadn't figured that out for me, because it's like you just give somebody a gift and they're either like, ew, I don't like this, or thanks.
Yeah.
And then there's like, if you give that person a hard-boiled egg, though,
Oh no.
they really like you.
Oh yeah, and all the fucking recipes because you can like get a kitchen and like use your crops to make shit.
This is the loudest you've ever been on the podcast.
Oh, I'm
talking
so
about
excited.
Harvest
Yeah.
Moon.
I'm so excited.
Super Sentai, you're just talking real quiet. Harvest Moon, do a Harvest Moon podcast. Why
Yeah.
not?
Oh my god.
You're the master of your own destiny in games,
Yeah.
though. We don't. Whatever happens to these characters is just gonna happen. There's nothing we can do about it.
Could we start a in podcast sub podcast about Harvest Moon right now?
Yes. My favorite.
Mostly speaking
okay.
Harvest Moon.
My favorite story is like during the summer, I was at my cousin's house and we were playing it, and her mom was like, "Hey, I'm going to work. You guys play outside." And we were like, "Okay." So we like brought the TVs and like the fucking chairs and shit outside and like fished the cords through a window and just played video games on the porch.
That is amazing.
I had a friend. My next door neighbor was his whole family was super religious, so they didn't allow him to go over to a friend's house if there wasn't a parent home. So they had to play outside and they had to be able to see him from their house. So we did the same thing. We just brought a TV and a N64 out to the driveway, and we said, "Hey, you can see us. It's fine."
That is so
That
funny.
is- yeah. That is
Loopholes.
That
What
was
are we,
all of
are
our
we talking
dreams.
about Super Sentai?
Yeah,
Is
let's
this what
get-
we're
Talk
doing?
Sentai.
Yeah.
Kabuki Boy, when he possesses someone, looks like the member of an 80s hair band.
Yes. I
Yeah.
wrote that too.
Yes.
That was such a cool character.
Yeah.
I loved
I loved that. That
yeah,
was so fun.
I think it's like my favorite one. It's so cool.
And the way that he would possess people was like, time for a piggyback. Or now I'm going to give you a hug.
It was so weird when he would like wake up on top of them
Yeah.
and like have to like get up off them.
Yeah.
It was especially weird because Kabuki Boy used to be my wrestling nickname in high
Yeah.
Oh, man.
school. So I feel really connected to this guy.
Do you like professional wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
then,
God damn it.
Yes.
Do not. No.
Have you ever seen the show Los Luchadores?
Don't.
Yes, is that the
Oh,
kind of like Robert
no.
Rodriguez one that they did that's like really filmed up?
No, it's
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
It was a kid show by Saban. We do a bonus episodes are about that show. We're gonna get you on.
Get me
Yes.
on. Yes.
Hell yes.
Oh,
So-
man.
I
We
have this-
just did it yesterday.
I have this really elaborate wrestling bit that I want to try out somewhere in town.
Yeah,
and
I forgot about that.
I told Pete, and he was just like, "Dude, why?"
I apologize if that's how I sounded because I'm
No, I mean,
way
it's,
into that.
It's
idea.
very stupid. Well, you know how like Stone Cold when he came out, he'd have like 4 beers by the time he made it to
Yeah.
I just want to never stop drinking beers and then just like start sitting down and keep drinking beers and then eventually just fall asleep on my
yeah.
entrance. Yeah.
TKO.
Yeah.
Oh, my
But-
God.
I wrote down something related to wrestling. I don't watch wrestling, but I was remarking that like their special moves, like they're like reverse Pegasus kick is like what a wrestler would do of like the diamond cutter or whatever it's called, whatever, you know.
You don't watch,
guys
but you
know.
that's Diamond Dallas Page's finishing
Is
move.
it? It's
Yeah.
called a diamond cutter? Okay, cool.
Did you ever see Ready to Rumble?
Yes.
Okay, that's probably how you know it.
Ah, good. Okay. It's in there. I retained it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bleed over in fan base of Super Sentai and WWE fans, which might be why. Which is crazy why they've never done a Sentai series where the Rangers are professional wrestler.
God, that would be so cool.
It would.
Let's get
Yeah.
to Japan and start pitching this.
Yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out.
My favorite part of this episode was when Kabuki Boy kidnapped all of the athletes so that he had like a boxer, like a jujitsu guy, a sword fighter. I was like, this would be an awesome boss fight in a video game.
Hell
Just to have this
yeah.
guy that on his own, he doesn't really have power, but he possesses powerful people so that I just thought it was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And you forgot a robot.
I forgot
robot.
there
Yeah.
was a robot.
My
Of
favorite
course.
martial art. Just being a robot. I guess if there's one thing that is unavoidable to talk about in the first episode is how the first episode ended.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was never resolved. Why don't you tell everybody what happened?
Okay, so they're chasing, I believe it's Kabuki Boy, right? They're not chasing the old man?
It's Kabuki Boy robber.
Yeah, they're chasing.
Yeah, the robber
before
onto the roof.
Even before the robber, they're chasing Kabuki Boy noodle guy.
Noodle seller.
Noodle
Yeah.
seller. because he possesses a noodle seller and then sweetly rides down a staircase. So they're chasing after him, and then they come up to a bank robbery, like just a regular bank robbery that's happening, and they all decide not their jurisdiction. And just leave the scene of the crime.
But Shoji did want to go in just because he thought it would be cool.
Yes. Yeah, the one, Shoji's the one in the overalls?
Yes.
Yes. I want to get overalls now. But he really pulled them off. But then, so the robber gets up through, like, escapes, and they end up seeing him. So they chase the robber for a little bit. Then Kabuki Boy becomes the robber. They have to decide whether or not to let Kabuki Boy commit suicide with the robber in him.
Yeah.
I don't think it was suicide. I think it was homicide.
Homicide, yes. But jump off with the possessed robber.
Yes.
Our grandpa opium smoking character,
Creaky Neck,
Opium Steve, shows up and throws the robber off the roof, not caring about the outcome.
Oh, he doesn't
No,
give a
he was
shit.
like, at this height, Kabuki Boy will just get bruised up. And they were all like,
What about the other guy?
We're on a fourth story.
Yeah.
here."
So they throw him off. He dies. The Kabuki Boy escapes. Grandpa goes after Kabuki Boy, and then the police show up to arrest the Sentai for murdering the robber.
Yeah.
And then it is never addressed in the next episode.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I think you guys were making jokes.
I'm pretty sure I missed it. It had to
checks
be
out.
like right
Yeah,
at the
it sounds right.
beginning.
Because-
I can.
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh no, yeah. So he they go over to the body and they open up his jacket and shows that he has like a bullet wound. And they're like, oh, he was dead before he was even possessed by Kabuki Boy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, so we didn't do anything wrong because
Yeah,
he was
so-
already dead.
Okay, walk me through that. When did he get shot, though? Because
don't
we
know.
see him possessed, and he's
I
a
think it was-
moving person.
He must have got shot by the police, and then he ran away and just got
Even though they
possessed while
shot
he
a
was
gun
bleeding
at
out.
him.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
if you're telling me that Kabuki Boy can possess dead people, what the heck is he doing? He
So-
could just dig up graves of
Yeah.
like famous people and possess them.
That would be spooky as hell too.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
that movie.
I'm Zombie Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Terrifying.
With that Kabuki wig.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, this is please make this.
So wait, the police, like, they come up to the scene of the crime, open up his shirt, find a bullet hole, and be like, well, you're all free to go.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, as long as you just threw a corpse off a building, that's okay.
That's super awesome, and we do it all the time.
But they did, the Super Sentai group, like they did have a gun and shot at him though.
Right?
Did they have a gun?
Well, at least there is the
Yeah.
gun up there. That's suspicious enough to bring them in for questioning. You got to run
Yeah.
the test to find out which gun it came from.
I don't think they had the die buster. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
That's
but-
a
I think
laser
so.
gun.
But
Oh,
Kabuki
okay.
Robber had a gun and it's still up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cops aren't going to be like, nah, it was probably his gun and you were just using vapor guns. It's okay.
Well, they also don't know that they're the Dairanger.
Oh.
Yeah, so all they know is they're probably were chasing after this guy and found him laying on the ground. They don't know that he fell off the building. So all they know is,
Wait.
of course, the coroner will find out like, hey, I don't know, this guy has a trauma from a 4-story fall.
Well, usually
he might
I-
have been killed from that.
Usually, I mean, yes, in the show, they did not go into the gory details of it. But if you walked up to someone falling 4 stories, it would be obvious
Yeah.
that they fell.
But he was
This
protected
guy-
by Kabuki.
By Kabuki,
soul.
maybe the Kabuki soul made
Yeah.
him tougher or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy,
This is making sense.
they're doing the autopsy and they're like, yeah, this guy definitely was shot and died and then went up 4 flights of stairs and fell off a 4-story building.
And he would have looked like a quiche that didn't quite rise up because it's all mashed on
Right.
the bottom and just he's fine on top, but he's goopy on the bottom.
Oh, he's got a soggy bottom.
There's one thing I know for sure, and that's these stylish teenagers had nothing to do with it.
You are free to go.
All of these teenagers with great hair.
With just great hair, and they each have their own kind of color to it.
They're so cool.
Very coordinated.
They are very cool.
You were saying, was this before the podcast? No, it was during this. You have a friend group like the Dairanger. These guys right over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We moved together.
Yeah.
And
We only let one person take one color
Yep.
for their outfits, which it really helps.
we're all the gray
never clash.
We're
rangers.
all the Gray
Yeah.
Ranger right now.
I did write down that Kabuki Kid, he shot more than 16 bullets.
Yeah.
That gun probably didn't have bullets, and now I think it's canon on this show now. We own a gun in this apartment. And we know
It is
so
not
much
canon.
about guns. It is a joke, but it's canon. Nicole and I, we love guns, we love shooting them, and we love owning them.
Don't mess with mostly speaking Sentai.
We definitely don't own matching T-shirts that say "Go fuck your gun."
Yes, we do own matching T-shirts that say "Go fuck your
I really
gun."
think that that's the whole purpose of this show, is to show that like all these problems could be solved much more quickly if they were armed with lethal weapons.
That was an interesting moment in the show. Was when first off, Grandpa changed his position on this in a way, and I think we should address this. But at the beginning,
Oh yeah, I wrote a thing about it.
yeah, he was pitching when we're fighting Kabuki Boy, we cannot kill Kabuki Boy.
Yeah.
And the Sentais were so bummed to hear that.
That's true.
Their murder boners all just shrunk immediately, especially who's the name of the person who runs the show?
Kaku.
Kaku's like disappointed face in that was only matched later when we find out that Grandpa's love is 20 years old and that he has an even more disappointed
Yeah.
face about it.
He's
I
just
don't
there
know
for
why
reactions.
he didn't just tell them that, like, hey, you can't kill Kabuki Boy because he swallowed my.
I think
White.
because
Right. Yeah.
Reen was there and he didn't. But going off Andrew, most people who are okay with murder are probably also okay with having sex with someone much younger than you. That should go
Speak
hand
for
in
yourself. I've murdered many people.
hand. I was like,
But that's where I draw my line.
I was like, where? I don't know what line you're about to
Yeah.
cross.
We'll
what
find
stance
out.
you're on.
We don't know that they were having sex.
Oh, I wrote down they were giving nice little sweet kisses at
They
the
didn't
end.
even kiss on the mouth.
Little
Yeah.
cheek kissies.
Almost towards the neck, and that's an erogenous zone. I can't say that word.
You just
Erogenous zone. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Oh,
boner
man, I'm
part.
not.
Man,
I'm not
Boner
editing
part?
any of that.
now that I'm thinking about it, it's really
Boner
strange.
part.
Because Grandpa was totally against killing Kabuki Boy
Yeah.
and so interested in, or at least so uninterested in the death of the robber
Yeah.
in that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he
Could
doesn't
care
give a
less.
shit.
Yeah.
You just can't kill Kabuki Boy because he's got a lady in his belly.
Right. A classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like vomits her up at one point. He's just like, okay,
Yeah.
time for you to get out.
They made it like as not gross as possible.
Yeah, it was just a
because
misty
it's like
spray.
a smoky cough up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like his belly is filled with a lady and some aromatherapy
Steam.
right now.
I think there's a lot I'm going to take from that episode and like adapt into my real life. Like I'm going to start doing my hair a little differently. I'm probably going to get some overalls. But one thing is I'm just going to start yelling invisible jump and jumping on people's backs.
Yeah.
'Cause that made me so happy.
That was so good.
And when you have a crush on someone, you just absorb them
Yes.
into your stomach.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then try to destroy everyone who they love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would that have worked with you and I?
It did.
Yes. She absorbed me into her stomach.
She's been all Kirby. And
Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but it's just Nicole sitting with two microphones and one is pointed at her stomach.
yeah.
And I don't mean to be
Yes.
cruel, but what did Kabuki Boy envision his relationship with that girl to be? It's like
what was his initial plan?
It's like a Bowser and Peach situation. Like,
Yeah.
why are you attracted to her?
I
What do you think your life is gonna be together?
Yeah.
I think because she was also an actress and he's an actor, he sees talent. I think he's not
No.
seeing the outer beauty, he's seeing the inner strength.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
No, I think
Nice.
this is a
beautiful.
cautionary tale about like
Unlike
obsessive
Grandpa.
fandom. Like you don't like her, you like
yeah.
the character she plays on
Yes.
stage.
Yes. God, the show's deep.
Holy shit!
But guess what?
What?
Excessive fandom, you guys are great and we love you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, watch out.
This is 10 minutes later. He's gonna be breaking our legs with a board like Misery.
Oh no.
Misery.
Just breaking your legs just in
Write
an-
more Morph Bots.
So it's easier to get you down my throat
Right.
while I'm sucking you guys in.
I have some more fans of Morph Bots. They're in my belly. You want to meet them? Yes.
I will say the one thing I appreciated about Kabuki Boy was that he only possessed men. So I appreciate that. I know he had a woman in his stomach,
Right.
but like he only was like gonna absorb himself into male people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have, which I thought is what you were going to talk about with the grandpa of. So Reen is a Dairanger. He knows this and knows that she went to Japan to fight them, but says like, oh, she's a lady, so she shouldn't know about dangerous things. And then in the next episode, like teaches her how to use a circle knife that you can throw.
The men in power, mainly Kaku and Creaky Neck, are very dismissive towards Reen. Everyone else is super woke, but those two specifically aren't. There was an episode where Kaku tells Reen, oh, you're not strong enough. But then in the end, he says, hey, you want to know what? You're stronger now. And she should have just been like, fuck you. I've always been strong. You teach us nothing at all. Kaku doesn't do anything in this show.
Seems like it.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got.
He
That's
didn't do
funny.
anything and then give a couple disapproving looks this episode.
Also, it seems like a lot of what you would assume Kaku did, Opium Steve actually did, like create the devices and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I put down when he was showing Reen all his new inventions, he's just doing like Pee-wee-esque inventions.
Yeah.
Or she was like, oh, look at all these weapons. And he's like, yeah, that's a turnip chopper. I was like, that's not a weapon.
That's an automatic stirrer.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I could use that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work well, though.
Why? Let's break this down.
Okay.
It was a glass with a moving spoon.
But you kind of need to like whip up something, or maybe I'm just stirring wrong.
Yeah, that's not stirring.
Yeah, you don't know how
used
to
a different
stir.
word.
Do you think like egg beating?
No, just when I'm making some emergency, I like to like kind of mash it to the sides to make sure I'm crushing it up real good. I'm not stirring correctly. I'm so sorry.
I think this is like once the drink is already made, you put it in there and
You
it
got your
keeps it-
coffee.
Oh, okay.
You threw
yeah,
in some
keeps it
cream.
going good.
Yeah, nothing settles at the bottom.
It's a very limited use.
Yes.
But its one purpose, I think, is pretty good. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. It's not good.
No,
I kind of wanted it, but
Hey.
not anymore.
stand your ground.
Again, that's the main lesson of this show. Don't back down.
Don't back down.
Don't think.
Don't
act.
take handouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money is for people who work, and criminals deserve to be killed.
Right.
Down with freaking government. That's what we learned because Gorma's trying to instate government and be friends.
Yeah.
And marry young,
Yes.
Yeah.
regardless
Marry
of your age.
while you're young or marry young girls?
It
Marry
seems to
young
be the
girls.
latter.
Yeah.
It seems to be the latter because all the young people we meet are not married.
That's
Are
true.
they sometimes married?
No, they are not.
Okay.
They're like 20. They're in their early 20s,
Right.
late teens. Reen's in college. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put down the young girl, the 20-year-old that Creaky Neck's dating.
Yeah.
She becomes anime as hell when she says, two boys are fighting over me.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the weirdest thing about that is that you can look at Kabuki Boy and be like, oh, it's just two men fighting over me. Like, well one is like a plush toy come to life.
Yeah, she's not like, what the fuck is happening?
yeah.
She's just like, yay.
Yeah. Fun.
This old man and this hideous monster
Yeah.
fighting for my affection. I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
What else do we got on notes? That mustache samurai.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
the greatest.
That was awesome.
He just had a huge ass mustache and they did nothing to cover it up. They wanted it known that he had a stash.
For sure.
Creaky Neck was beating people with his pipe.
Yeah.
His opium pipe.
Oh, this Gorma monster didn't have like a gross realistic eye. It was like three, just like
Yeah, normally they like to zoom up on one of their eyeballs, but it's just one eye and it's zoomed up close to a real eyeball in the action, and it's
and it's
looking
like
around,
looking around.
and it's usually bloodshot. It's disgusting.
I
Keep
wanna see
watching
it.
this.
But
Yeah,
I wanna see
Kabuki
it.
Boy didn't have that.
he was He was too cute for it.
Yeah.
Kabuki Boy
I
was like a
guess.
high school football team's mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could watch a spin-off about Kabuki Boy.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
So animated.
I wrote and recorded fan fiction of Dairanger.
Oh my god, I forgot you did that.
Yeah, we have to do that as a bonus episode someday.
Kabuki Boy Rises.
Cookie
No,
Boy.
it's about the
Cookie Boy.
Cookie Boy.
Cookie maker.
it's
I'm just a little cookie boy.
I'll tell you right now, Nicole, it's about the Gorma Three Stooges.
Yes.
Oh.
So
My fave.
get amped for that.
Yay.
What else do we got? Strawberry ice cream, they love it on
Oh
this
my
show.
God. The way that the grandpa was eating it, he wasn't even licking. He was just like open mouth, like,
Yeah, he's just kind of pressing it against his lips a couple of times. Like,
I love ice cream. Hop, 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 hop,
ice
hop.
cream.
It's like there was definitely someone on set like, we only have one of the props, so like
We only have one ice cream
Please
cone.
don't lick it too much.
Yeah, don't actually eat it. Thanks.
We need to do 5 takes with that scoop,
Yeah.
so just go
And then,
easy.
and then in the immediate next take, someone was like, I misplaced it. And they're like, it doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's fine.
It melted, guys. I'm so sorry. There's another Gorma on a previous episode that was he was eating strawberry ice cream, and then when he turns around, it's just
Oh, it's so
all,
fucking
all over his
gross.
face. It's disgusting.
Yay.
It's amazing. Is it always strawberry?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
It seems like it.
So bizarre.
I mean, it looks like strawberry. It could be a different flavor.
Yeah.
Strawberry ice cream, good.
Yeah.
I think I've had
I
it like
love it.
twice in my life, and it's usually in like Neapolitan.
Right.
yeah.
I've
I
never
love it.
seeked out like strawberry ice cream.
I always scoop around it when I have that situation.
I scoop right through. I love ice cream.
just had gelato last night. It was
Yeah.
Mm.
We had good gelato.
great. Anyway,
Anyway.
Mostly speaking gelato.
I was going to say mostly speaking ice cream.
Yeah.
We both thought the same thing.
They like
We're
ice
connected.
cream and warehouses on the show.
Yeah.
Meeting in empty warehouses.
So on the first episode, Nicole and I discussed that why are the Gorma Trivium, the 3, Shaddam, Zydos, and Gara, why are they in a car? It never comes out.
Oh, yeah.
But then it does.
Yeah.
They can teleport. Why are they in a car?
What in the?
It was a badass car, though. It makes them look like mafia.
Yeah.
They're mobbed up.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's very strange.
is it product placement? So like, this is a Honda Civic. It's
Yeah.
perfect for
Yes.
villains.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool if the Sentai were like doing their sweet like setup just to get into a Honda Civic.
All right, team, let's go.
out our Honda Civic.
There's Car Ranger. It was Turbo Power Rangers. That's just cars.
Right.
It's just
God,
product placement.
yeah.
That one really upset
That's
me.
awesome.
I loved that one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it the actual show or the Power Ranger one?
The Power Ranger one.
Okay.
The actual show is a comedy version of Sentai. You should check it out. One of the villains tells the other one that there's not time to eat butt on the first episode.
What?
What is that
Guys,
one
everything
called?
No,
Great.
not eat butt, lick butt. I am so sorry.
Oh.
If it was eat
Even
butt,
better.
that would be.
It's
Either one's
Yeah.
okay.
It could be
but
something
he has
lost
like
in
his
translation.
tongue out though.
Yes.
Oh,
Which one
my
takes
God.
longer, eating butt or licking butt?
Probably eating it, right?
Eating.
Yeah.
Or no. Well, it only takes 3 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Ayo. We'll throw up a poll. Which takes longer, licking or eating? Let us know.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a butthole?
Oh, Pete.
A one?
A 2?
No.
Ow!
Mr. Owl. It's an old commercial, but with butts. That kid's got his ass out. Have you seen that commercial in a while? That Mr. Owl commercial?
Does he have his
There's like
full
this
butt on
naked
display?
short little boy, and his ass, you could like put a dinner on top of it.
I think
My God.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
Because
look it
yes,
up.
I
Put
think
a
I
dinner
know.
on that ass.
You could.
Put
It's
a
like-
dinner on that ass.
We're landing. Please put your tray back up. There's this huge ass sticking out of it.
Wow. Wow, Pete.
Anyway,
Nice.
seriously, after this, we need to watch that commercial.
Okay.
It's mind blowing.
Is he wearing pants?
Yeah, it'd be so cool if we go to watch this and it's not like that. And we're just like, what the hell happened to Pete?
I'm gonna
Just
post
had like a really weird dream.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, that was on Rule 34. I'm so sorry.
just kidding.
You know, like, it's so weird. Like, in Mostly Speaking Sentai, they all have these huge butts and they're just out.
Speaking of eating butt, have you had a Tootsie Roll in a while?
Oh my god.
I did like on the show that they had multiple vehicles. Like they
Yeah.
have their like motorbikes, but then they also have their like animals,
Yeah.
right? Like each of them has their like the dragon, or I couldn't even recognize what some of the other animals were.
Because we had to cut out maybe 15 minutes of us just Googling trying to figure it out. And even Googling was hard to figure it out.
Yeah.
The one of them's, it's just mythical versions of animals we do know. One's like a mythical tiger, one's a mythical lion, one's a mythical giraffe. But then there's also a Pegasus. Yeah. And one's a phoenix, but also could be a peacock.
Dang.
Yeah.
My eye
liked
was
it.
always drawn to the dragon, so I never paid attention to the others.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
you
was
can
cool.
see it's kind of cool that they're not like inside the robot things. They're actually like on top of it,
Right.
like riding
Yeah.
them. It's super
Oh,
cool.
yeah. They're like their
But
pets.
also dangerous.
Oh yeah, it's a
That's
bad
why
move.
it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
God,
like
get
Sam-
with it.
On Sam and Max,
Jesus.
they like to highway surf on that comic book. Do you guys know Sam and Max? It was a comic book, video game, then a TV show. But on the game, you can play as them on top of a car surfing, but you're just surfing the car on the highway, and you have to jump over street signs.
That sounds awesome.
Ooh, I like that.
It's a good game. You guys should check it out.
I want to.
It was on LucasArts.
Name one safe thing that's cool.
Smoking.
Popsicles.
Condoms.
Seatbelts.
Okay, we got popsicles, condoms, seatbelts, and smoking. So that's your answer, Pete.
Well, if you smoke responsibly, it's safe.
Yeah.
Right in the trash.
Sorry, vaping.
As long as you don't vape and drive, you're good.
As long as you don't inhale, it's totally cool.
Yeah.
And guess what? As long as it's that sweet kind bud, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
I was blown away by how many weapon accessories they had.
Yeah.
And they get even more too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It was hard to keep track. They had staffs, guns, swords.
The circular
thing.
Frisbee knives
Yeah, was that everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so it was easy to keep
so
track.
far.
So
okay.
yes, so far.
Blown away by
far.
that.
Yeah.
4 weapons.
Well, they also had the
Well,
Lye
ours
balls.
have the thing. They got the gun and
No,
they got the
eventually
thing.
they get more stuff though.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yes.
they must. They were making toys out of
The
it.
blue
Yes.
one does for sure. He
Oh,
gets
yeah.
all
They
kinds
get
of
wigs.
all the good stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I would love to see the toys of like this show because I feel like a huge part of any of these like tokusatsu shows is just having these toys that you can sell to
Yeah.
kids.
That's
Yeah.
the business model is like
Yeah, for sure.
Every episode is a new toy.
Like I believe Hasbro now owns Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly what they want
Yeah.
to do with it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just make toys. Yeah, I'd buy them. I'd buy any toy of this show.
Yeah, when we were researching Beetleborgs, one of the first things the Wikipedia says is it was like critics lambasted it as just like a quick cash grab to try to sell toys in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
It's true.
it was
Yeah.
What
Correct.
isn't?
right.
Let's quickly look through notes. Back in Cars, Sensual Kiss. I think I have. Reen loves manga. We find that out. She has a butt ton of it.
I don't know.
It falls-
Is it manga?
It looked like it,
Okay.
or it could
Oh, the
just be
books?
college.
Yeah, I
books.
was gonna say it's just a bunch of college books.
She loves college. That's her one character trait. She goes to college.
Right.
Shoji, he's a greaser boxer. Ryo, he's dumpling chef. Kazu, a hairdresser. And Daigo, he loves pets.
There's always one softie that loves either nature or animals.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wait. So he was the softie of that?
Daigo, the
Daigo?
Green Ranger.
He's the softie.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
was
the
featured a
blooming
lot in it.
softie.
Gotcha.
I wrote down the 3 zaddies,
Yeah.
which is the evil trio that I can't remember the names of.
And they became like metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Their
was-
faces metallized.
Yeah, that was the first time that's happened.
Yeah, I believe
Really?
so.
Is that
Yeah.
their true form, or is that just like getting super metal mode?
I think it's just a super metal mode. Also, it makes it so when they use the enlarging bombs and they get big, like a big boy would, they're not just people running around. They have that mask on, so it looks more believable instead of just a giant human stomping around.
That's true.
I guess.
I like
they
that.
have to be metal to get big. That's funny.
Like one of them had like a circular just metal ring that looked like a monocle.
Yeah.
But there was like no no glass. Like there was no vision
it's
requirement for it.
fashion
Just
monocle.
fashion.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely a cock ring.
Just puts it up there so we can
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
keep his eye on it.
We've
That's
also
smart.
Yeah.
we've already decided.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
This cock ring's going nowhere.
So we do 2 recurring bits. One of them, if you've heard the show, you know, we started a new one. Because we realized that Gorma are a title or occupation mixed with a noun. So we've been asking. So mine just came up with it first thing. Hamburger manager. It's a noun and a title. So for you guys, what would your Gorma name be?
So some other examples would be like Key Jester, Cherry Blossom, Viscount. Because that one's my favorite. So he's the fanciest. What other ones?
The Tofu Hermit.
Oh man. Okay.
Hermit's a profession?
It's a title.
Okay, it's a
I think.
title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Twizzler train.
Yeah, train.
Or like Bagel Vault.
Oh, Bagel Vault's got a thing to it.
Yes.
The really first idea I had was Bagel Juggler.
I know. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's the
great.
best.
I'm sticking with Bagel Juggler then.
Yeah,
Yes.
first best.
Are they dry bagels or do they have cream cheese?
He's got everything.
All
They serve
all the
different
toppings.
purposes.
Everything bagels?
The
Got
dry
it.
bagel does something other than toasted bagel.
I'll go with the noodle nanny.
Oh, that's
that's
really
so
good.
Yeah.
I
just,
like
just
that.
taking care of them noodles.
Yes.
You're not okay. I was thinking you were a nanny who gave people noodles, but
Oh
you're
no, I'm a
taking
nanny
care-
of noodles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Stay away from my noodles.
What about like thunder hydrant?
Thunder hydrant.
Like instead of fire hydrant, it's thunder. So we don't really know what it is yet.
A snow hydrant.
No hydrant. Mine is pony pediatrician.
Yeah.
I only deal with young horses. That is my specialty.
Oh wait, I got one more. The puke duke.
Ew!
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Puke duke. He's kind of like a fucking metal duke, but he's really into throwing up. He drinks a lot.
Gross.
Drumstick daddy.
Daddy is, of course, it's the second hardest job.
Heyo. Is he like a drummer or is it like eating a drumstick?
Both.
Oh,
Yes.
so he's
So
drumming
he's-
with drumsticks.
Yeah. So he's like eating the chicken and then he's using the
Yeah.
bones to bang on his drums.
That's so good.
Yeah. And his drums cause pain.
Maybe even throw the ice cream treat at people too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And how about time for dessert? And then it's just like strawberry ice cream in your face.
And it gives people brain freeze.
This
Oh,
game
yeah,
is just
drumstick. Yeah,
Too
okay.
much fun.
I get it now.
Oh.
Gumbo Granny.
Gumbo Granny. There's
Professor
the power
Piranha.
of voodoo.
Rest of Piranha. Oh, that's good.
Wow.
They're giving you so much material to draw.
Yes.
Ooh.
if we ever do
James
that
wants
idea.
me to do like a live of me drawing all of these Gorma
Oh, yeah.
creations.
Yes.
So cool.
That'd be so fun.
Throw it on YouTube or Twitch, all of a sudden we're even more popular than the 5 fans
Then
that we have.
we can make our own toys.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's about. In the toy
And,
market.
or stickers too. We'll start small.
Throw it up on Redbubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Hell
toilet
yeah.
clog frog.
Uh-oh, guys, don't go in there. you're like walking in, it like pops out of the toilet, and you're like, oh, toilet clog frog.
I think I broke your toilet. Is there a different way you have to flush your toilet?
Wait, is this me now? No.
It's not you. Our toilet won't flush the right way.
When we were working on Morph Bots, it was so great. We would like meet up every like basically Saturday morning and just watch these shows. Like it was very like just hanging out with your friends doing that. But every time I went there, I broke the toilet pretty much every time.
It was impossible to not break our toilet.
All right.
Yeah.
With the first place Nicole and I lived in, the toilet was about to just fall through the floor.
Oh my God.
and we kept saying like, "Oh, we'll get someone to fix this. We'll get someone to fix this." Then we moved out, and we were like, "We're glad we didn't fix this."
Yeah.
It was also a trash trailer in a trailer park, so there was no reason.
I mean,
to
I lived
fix
there
it.
for like a month, and then I moved out because
We had a shit roommate.
yeah, that was fucking.
Who was our
awful.
roommate's uncle, and he didn't have a job, and he made the entire place smell like ass. For real, the just most potent
Like old
butthole.
cheese.
Cheese
Fucking
uncle.
gross.
I was gonna damn it. I was waiting for the lull.
Uncle cheese.
I was gonna go with Uncle Ass.
Uncle ass cheese.
Uncle Ass cheese.
They all have the same voice.
Yeah. Hey,
Uncle cheese.
I have multiple characters.
They all come out of the toilet. Hey.
I get royalties for each one.
I got a burrito in my belly.
So stupid.
Oh man.
All right, and we have one more.
Was that enough?
Yeah. We have one more.
No, just keep going.
The Bit Witch.
Too close to just bitch.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, too close to a previous guest was something witch. What was hers?
Got it. That's what it was.
The Glitter Witch. Wasn't that it?
Oh.
I
that's
don't
good.
remember.
It might be Glitter Witch. But
was it?
Monse.
Oh, I don't remember Monse's because
Okay.
Courtney's was so good.
What was Courtney's?
Are you serious? This is the fuck trumpet.
Oh, no, she
yeah.
changed it up, didn't she?
No.
Okay.
I don't care. It's the fuck trumpet.
So we also have one other recurring bit that all of the Dairanger have a special star power. You have the fire, time, gravity,
Whoa.
wind, and phantom.
Gravity.
So Nicole on the first episode asked me, "Hey, what would your star be? What would your special star be?" I just said the dirt star. It's kind of like an earthbender, but just with dirt.
Right.
And hers was the mind star, so she can do stuff with her mind. What would your
No, I would just fuck with other people's heads.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
What would your star power be if you had one? It could be anything.
Mine would be the fastener star.
Yeah.
So it just causes you to like lose buttons on your costume or like your zipper becomes stuck. Like anything that keeps your costume together starts failing. Because I feel like a lot of the powers come from their costume. So if I fuck up your suit,
Oh
Boom.
my God, you're
It's
right.
done.
if you start to throw a punch and your like sleeve
My
falls
pants
off.
are falling.
Oh, my pants! Yeah.
Mine would be the gas star.
Nice.
Because I can produce a lot of gas. And I'd just like burp in somebody's face and then they would faint. And then also I could just make people like bloated. Like I could put gas in other people's bodies and they'd just feel uncomfortable.
Could you just keep packing it in until they explode?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
If they deserve it.
And the
gives you,
Dairanger
like-
love murder.
It
Yes.
gives you like jump powers too.
Oh, yeah.
Gaseous leap.
What you are?
I'll never not laugh at a fart.
It's very similar to Invisible Leap.
Invisible leap.
Did you ever play the game Booger Man?
No.
No, you need to play. He has that power.
Stop
that's
giving them
fantastic.
things to do.
We need a
I
legal
love it.
list of all the stuff we need to check
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
or we can just re-listen. It's being recorded.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, my God.
I'll go. I would go with passive aggression.
Star.
Yeah, star. Because I would just be like, oh, that's fine. You want to do it like that? Okay, it's fine. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. And then they'd feel like bad slowly over time, and then decide to stop on their own, or freak out at me.
You guys hit it with 3 amazing stars.
Like, I gotta go. I thought we were having a fight with a real villain.
Yeah.
Oh, and what color would your guys' suit be?
Oh,
Gingham.
gingham.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's what
I don't know what
was
color
gonna
that
say.
is.
I think it's like picnic plaid.
Okay.
You think?
Oh, red and white?
Right? Is that what gingham is?
Yeah,
I have
it's like,
no idea.
It can be blue and white too.
I
It's
think-
just checker.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they say gingham on Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
Like, come put it on the gingham table.
I think, yeah.
You
know what?
That might
Sure.
just be British for goddamn.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
It's on
say.
the gingham table.
I feel like it's similar to plaid though, where it's like that could be any color.
Yeah. Well, I'll
I'm
just
gonna
say
Google
blue
it.
plaid.
Blue plaid.
Yeah.
What would mine be? Purple glitter.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think taupe's the most passive-aggressive color. So I'd go with that.
What is taupe?
It's kind of similar to what we
Oh,
got going
yeah,
on.
it's
It's
Just
like
a
a
neutral color.
It's like a very They put it in a lot of corporate buildings because they don't want to offend anybody.
Gotcha.
Gingham is just plaid but tinier.
Oh, that's perfect. Tiny plaid.
Tiny plaid
What if your
lad.
suit was just buttons? If you have the fastener star, it's
I'm
just
trying to
made
think
out
of
of
a better
buttons.
name
No,
than
'cause it's
Fastener
Button Boy.
Star.
There was.
Well, I mean, your
Ooh.
gingham thing could be Button Boy.
Yeah.
Button
And
Boy.
Button Boy is great.
No, Button Boy exists.
Yeah, he.
Oh, That would really? be
in a
your
later,
rival.
Yeah, in a later episode, you will see Button Boy.
So,
Oh my
you're undoing him
God.
and he's doing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
that's a good
Captain
episode.
Zipper.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Holy
you guys
moly.
should watch the rest of this series.
Yeah.
It's great.
I would love to. It was so great what we saw today.
And they're all equal bonkers crazy.
Good.
I love it. Some of the
Yeah.
episodes we watched of Beetle Fighter were out of this world.
Oh my God.
Bizarre.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The KKK is in it. by the
KKK
way.
clowns.
For real?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
like a
fuck, man. We gotta.
I guess a dream sequence where they like one of the guys gets shot with a real gun by the KKK,
Yeah.
and then a judge who's a clown like
Yeah.
hits his gavel and it's like, hey, you're
They-
dead now. I don't know.
They shoot him,
What?
then the KKK's putting him on trial, and then as that happens, again, we don't know what's being said. They flip off
Yeah.
the KKK and they're all clowns
Yep.
What?
in the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then whatever.
There's so much footage
Happens,
we
yeah.
did not use
There's so much
that
great footage
we
we didn't
need
use.
to make a
Oh.
second season.
Are all clowns KKK members?
I think so.
Well, all KKK members are clowns. That's for sure.
Oh.
I'll tell you two clowns that are not KKK members because they hate the rebel flag. I'm talking about ICP.
Oh, yes, daddy.
Let's crack open some Fago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was a juggalo as a teen.
Really?
Yes.
I think
Hell
I saw
yeah.
a picture of
Yes,
Absolutely.
yeah, I posted one.
That's
that.
amazing.
Yes.
God
Man, what's
damn
that?
it.
What's that like?
Post
Post Juggalo life.
It's much better. I'm glad I didn't go down the full juggalo route.
Yeah.
Right.
Not anything against people who are still juggalos, but God, ICP haven't made a good record in a while. We can't keep going. The last episode we recorded last night, there was a huge discussion about ICP because the two guests were also juggalos.
Oh,
whoa.
gotcha.
So I finally had someone to talk to about it.
I see. All I know about them
ICP.
is like science.
Yeah.
What's that about? Or whatever.
Oh,
Magnets.
How does that work?
How does
Magnets.
that work?
How does
No,
that work?
I'm fascinated with The Gathering. So like every year
Yeah.
I watch the big video they put out for it and I read stuff about it. But my mind always goes to this one story where I read where I guess Tila Tequila was at The Gathering.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone hated it.
Yeah.
So their response to it was going into the porta potties and grabbing poop out of the porta potties and chucking it on stage. And there's video of it.
God.
That's
Yeah,
commitment.
it's-
That's
all right.
commitment to hate.
I don't care about anything enough to grab something out of a porta potty.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The bad thing about that is I'm pretty sure Tom Green brought her as a bit to invoke like outrage.
Wait, Tom Green, like my bum is on?
Yes,
Oh.
because he performed there. You know Tom Green, Freddie Got Fingered?
Yes.
Okay.
Backwards
I was just
man,
making
backwards
sure.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the backwards man to back. My brother would do that in the mirror.
Oh, that's great.
He had a suit. He would put it on backwards and go, I'm the backwards man. He was, I bet he was high right there. My mom loves to look at teenage photos of my siblings and say, I bet they were high right there. And it's like, no, they weren't. Why do you think that?
It's just like a bit she does now. I
don't
don't know if
think-
she does it as a bit, but it is
It
one.
is.
To
All the photos
us.
of you guys just like doing ripping gravity bongs.
I bet he's high
Like
right
she,
now.
yeah, he called her the other day and she was just like, I can just like hear her from like his phone just say, I bet they were high. And I was
But-
just like started busting out laughing.
It was a story when we were like 12. They were not high back then. I mean, that's when I first toked my first
Oh
bowl.
my God.
Sweet, sweet Chiba.
Oh, it was the sweetest of Chiba. It wasn't brown dirt at all. It wasn't Charlie Brown. It was just that pure California kush that King Gordy's always talking about. You guys don't know who King Gordy is.
Is he a
No.
Gorma?
No. He
Sounds like it.
it does.
A big turtle
Yeah.
dude? I'd love it.
Yeah.
Oh man. King Gordy, draw him up as a Gorma. We'll send it to him. Hopefully he'll like it.
Oh my God.
We'll send it to Tim who records him. Now, King Gordy's
I'll
an
just
underground
add that to the
rapper.
list of the other hundreds of
Yeah.
things you've told me to draw.
Just from this podcast.
Yes.
I wasn't telling you to draw those. They came up with all of those.
Well, now I got to do it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
We're doing it.
Can't wait.
Success. We did it, guys.
This is
Yeah.
how we get followers.
oh my God.
One more then. It's just our corgi, and we'll send you pictures of our dog.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the bad guy.
She has a corgi patches of a corgi dressed as a butter stick.
What?
Hell
yeah.
No,
It's not a butter
it's a
stick?
banana.
Oh, it's a banana?
We have a
Oh.
banana
That's even-
costume for our real corgi.
Yeah. We have a
She'll-
picture
yeah,
of
we'll
that.
show you the
Doesn't like to
patches.
wear it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I just bought a Christmas sweater. It's a dog Christmas sweater for our cat.
Nice.
But he's a giant cat,
So
so it fits
cute.
him.
Yeah.
It's medium because he's so giant.
Just a big cat. That's amazing.
I'm surprised he hasn't came out here yet.
Aw.
That's because he ate his food and that's all he wants.
He eats the food, goes to sleep for 12 hours, eats the food again.
I hear that.
That's a good cat. That's a good cat right there.
He sleeps for 10 hours, wakes up, screams for an hour and a half until we feed him, then goes back to sleep and then repeats the process.
Sounds like me.
Oh my God, we gotta feed Renee.
Yeah, that was this morning.
Yeah.
All right.
All the way to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I take your order?
Yes.
All right. We
Wait,
wrapped
I have a thing.
Yeah,
I
what's
have
up?
one thing that I just couldn't find a segue for. You added me to the chat group at the very last minute.
Whoa, what was
Yeah.
that about, bro?
Well, I just
Passive aggressive star.
no, I just forgot that.
No, and then I was reading through it, and you were like, "Hey guys, Nicole was singing a Morph Bots theme song all this morning," and they were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay," and I wanted to tell you, but I didn't know. I don't know, your sense of humor, but then you used the word cuck earlier. So I was like, oh, okay, I can say this and they won't be offended.
Yep.
And I was like, you left out the part where I was just replacing the word bots with cucks.
Oh, nice.
Morph. Cucks. Morph. Cucks.
They don't transform, they only
Only
cuck.
cuck.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
No,
That's
there was a line that someone came up with for one of the episodes, which was "Hello, cucks." It ends up in there twice because we
Yeah.
couldn't replace it. We just loved it too
Just
much.
loved Hello
Okay.
Cucks.
Which we love that line as
Yeah.
well.
Hello, cacks.
So good.
Yeah.
A quick thing, Miles was.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't have the subtitled version, so
Yeah.
you don't know what his role actually was. Could you glean something?
Yeah, I
What-
think I kind of got it a little bit. He was some kind of dragon that they both defeated, and then by wearing the dragon, she gained additional powers.
Okay,
Right?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess.
the closest we could get to.
Yeah, and then eventually he just takes over her body, and
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know what to do.
It's unclear if, yeah, I guess it's
If
his
it was
decision
planned
to
or
take
not.
over the body,
I think
or if
so,
she's
because she's like, whoa.
Yeah, and she
seems
has
stunned by
to
it.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
yeah, she's wearing it as a
Yeah.
trophy and to gain powers,
Right.
but then he.
Okay.
The only thing that really flips that script or makes that hard for me to understand is he's clearly talking to everybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
throughout the episode. So I don't really understand how, you get your head chopped off. You're now someone's wearing it, and then imbuing them with your powers. Why you just be having conversation with them? Well, maybe the whole time he's I can't believe you did this to me. I'm not gonna help you.
And she's just like, yes,
Second
you will.
Second I get the chance, I'm gonna take over your body. I swear to God.
Yeah. I wish we could find the subtitled version.
It
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
been subtitled. Only the first 3 episodes have been.
Wow.
Got it.
Because before you guys came out with Morph Bots, I was
Yeah.
looking for stuff and saw only 3 people, but I posted asking, and I think you retweeted it, me asking, does anyone know if this has been subtitled, if I'm just not looking in the right places? And someone messaged me saying, hey, some fan sub place is doing this, but it kind of made it seem like it wasn't a priority, so they're just kind of doing it as it comes in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It needs to be, though.
We'll just keep having to assume what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think until we were officially saying we weren't going to make any more of this, I wouldn't want to watch any of the what is actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much easier to just be like, what is going on? And then start filling in the gaps yourself.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right. I think this has been a great episode. How long have we been? We're almost at an hour and 30.
Gorma glove gauge. They don't take their
yes.
gloves off.
Gorma glove gauge.
That's it. You make
They
this
don't
bit
take-
so much longer than it needs to be.
I know. I kind
So
of
that's
explained
that.
it.
Yeah.
Listeners know the Gorma glove
You know the
gauge.
deal.
You know it.
Anyone have any last things?
Or plugs.
Watch Morph Bots.
Yeah.
You can go to thebotsthatmorph.com and we have a section with all of our episodes. You can also go to vimeo.com/thebotsthatmorph to watch all 5 episodes. We can also go to Instagram and follow us at thebotsthatmorph to see cute little clips of the
That's right.
show.
Or on Twitter at the bots that morp.
Yes, the
Yeah.
bots that morph was taken
Taken.
by us and we did something wrong and now it's the bots that morph.
Oh, is that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bots that morp.
Then I need to. I've been plugging the bots that morph. They'll find
Oh,
it.
you'll
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a
Bots that
problem.
morp.
We also are showing off some of the episodes at Cinema Obscura. When will this come out?
Ooh.
Maybe in 6 weeks.
Okay, so
Never
Cinema
mind.
Obscura is
You've already
a
seen it.
fun film event that we may continue to show our show off in the future. That's all that's on the books for now, but
Yeah.
we're just going to try and show it off at other film festivals like Midwest Weird Fest is
Maybe.
a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to be taking it around town and, posting it online. We'd
Hell
love-
yeah.
If you'll like it, please share it.
Please
with somebody.
share it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people. I try to let people know a like is cool, but sharing or retweeting means the world.
Yeah.
Because
For
it's
sure.
getting out to your audience, and things like the Instagram or Facebook algorithm, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Right.
promoting something, unless you do the paid promotion, it's not going to. No one's going to see it, especially if it has a link attached to it.
Yeah.
There's a good chance we're going to be throwing Morph Bots up on Facebook natively, like just through their video app soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we've been feeling the whatever Facebook's been doing to suppress Vimeo because people who've come to our screening and talk about how much they like it, and or friends of ours who are super interested in our work haven't seen it through posts on Facebook and stuff. So I think somehow through Vimeo that's kind of not showing up as much as if we had just thrown it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that too from raps and stuff that I've put up. If you just put it directly onto Facebook, it's more apt because their algorithm likes videos directly, but it hates links.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if you throw it up as a video, even if you do the clips and then say, hey, check it out on Vimeo, the link is in the description or in the comment section. It'll be seen by more people.
Well, there you go.
But yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's us.
But we'd settle for just watching it too.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
watch
Wanna
it.
Watch it.
it, maybe like it.
Watch
Get addicted to
Morph
Morph
Bots
Bots.
or you're a cuck.
Yeah.
That's the best slogan
That's
we
our
could have
t-shirt,
had.
baby.
Yeah.
Arm yourselves for laughter.
Nicole, you got anything to plug?
You always forget Crumbum, so I'm just gonna plug it.
Thank you.
Crumbum's comic on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook, but mostly Instagram. It's our comic James writes, and I draw about us and our cat Frank just being roommates and being weird. And then I am Darling Homebody on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Redbubble, and mostly Etsy. So buy things.
Yeah.
Get it. You can follow us at MSS Pod on Facebook and Twitter, at MSS Podcast on Instagram. If you want to email us anything, I don't care what it is. I've said before, dick pics, send it. Anything that's legal, I guess, send it over our way at msspod@yahoo.com. I'd love to see something besides a Twitter notification telling me I have more than 3 notifications. I know that I have those notifications.
You can
Yeah, I know I can
Okay.
change that filter. Also, check out my other podcast that I do with Courtney and Monse, past guests, called I'll Get There. You can find it on all of the platforms. By the time this comes out, my other podcast that I do with my non-hetero friend, I need to make sure people know he's non-hetero before I say the title of the podcast. We do something called This Movie is Gay, where he's always wanted me to watch movies in gay cinema, just bonkers crazy ones, and I pitched him on the podcast where we watch one, we discuss it. And first episode is in the bag so far, and it's sounding great. It's funny.
Awesome.
What's the
That's cool.
movie?
The first movie we did is Hellbent. It's a gay slasher movie.
Ooh.
Cool.
It sounds really good, and I'm upset you watched it without me.
There's 3 or 4 straight people in the entire movie, and there are scenes of a bunch of people. Everyone else is gay. It's bonkers. But
When did that come out?
2004.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Cool.
And then it started a trend of gay slasher movies.
Wow.
Oh,
So I
fun.
told him, hey, we have to watch this. Then the other movie I think we're going to be doing for episode 2 is called Monster Pies. And how he explained it is Frank or a werewolf falls in love with a Frankenstein doctor.
What?
And I don't know.
Holy shit.
Oh, I'm so in on that.
Yeah. Check it out. It will be on all the places Mostly Speaking Sentai is, I hope, by this time.
Cool.
Cool.
Sweet.
And then just some shout outs of people on Twitter at Duo Grunfox. You guys might see him reposting stuff. At Rider Club Maine. Also, that's MAIN. It's not like Maine as in like, what's up, Maine?
Bug main.
Yes, or Bug Maine. At Power Playthroughs, another podcast. Listen to them. They kind of do what we do, but they also watch the Power Rangers companion episode of Super Sentai. They're at P Playthrough on Twitter. At Ranger Command Power Hour. That's the Ranger Command Power Hour. They're a very popular Power Rangers podcast. Check them out. The Bots That Morp. You got to check them out too. It's on here. And at Geek Carolina. They're a tokusatsu review YouTube channel. Check them out.
Fun.
Oh, also check out my raps, Marshland Monster. That's 3 words. If you're into hardcore rap music, you might like it, but no one else seems to like it. I don't know why. I'm really good at it. I impress 2 people when I perform live, the person working sound and the person working at the bar.
Hell yeah.
That is it.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
The person serving you drinks and the person controlling the sound.
But I'm straight edge, so
Yeah, but they're the people that bring you back, baby.
oh yes.
Yeah. They've also seen all the acts, so if you're impressing them, then that means.
Yeah, I know. It's just after 13 years, you got to start thinking, am I actually good or am I just
Or should I start podcasting?
yes? Or should I keep talking about it, but I still don't know how to sell out, but god damn, I wish I could sell out.
Oh, well, I'm right there with you, man.
Yes.
I'm still making videos without any proof I'm any good at it.
No, there's
Just
two,
because I don't know how to not do it.
2 proofs right here.
Boom.
You got us. Oh, also, we had our friends who came in from out town watch it, and they loved it too. We were going to the friends last night, but they needed to leave very early in the morning, so they didn't have time. We will tell them because one of them referenced Big Bad Beetleborgs on the podcast, and I said, we have something for you to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Keep showing people.
Yeah.
We'll
can-
ruin your childhood.
Yes.
And then we'll have you write the rap for the season 2 rap episode.
Oh my God.
The all rapping
My-
episode, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
God.
Yep.
Oh, I would love to, for real. That would, yes.
Great.
Thumbs up.
There's a villain that looks like a big Polaroid camera. He might be a good rapper.
we got a good checklist of like just ideal kinds of episodes, and one of them was like all musical.
Yep.
Totally.
Have you guys heard any of my raps?
not yet.
I'll show
No.
you after this. I
We'll
did
show
want.
you all of them.
There was a.
Freestyle.
Oh no, I can't freestyle. I'm very good at rhyming, but it's very intricate and well thought out.
Cool.
Like every single syllable rhymes with the first one. I mean, like from one. I'll show you guys. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a guitar riff on Morph Bots that I was like, if that's an original, I want that to sample.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
yeah.
Mark Rosenthal wrote all the music for
he's so
our
good.
show.
So great.
Hell yeah.
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 The only song that we didn't write was Hall & Oates' "Make Your Dreams Come True."
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We didn't have creative for the
Nicole
show.
loved
Oh my God,
that.
I laughed so fucking hard.
Yes. Oh, that makes me happy.
Yay.
Well, thank you guys very much for listening. Check out the Morph Bots. I've been James,
I've been Renee.
I've been Pete.
I'm Nicole.
I've been Andrew.
and we have been
Mostly Speaking Sentai.
You cucks.
God damn it.
You cucks.